technology moves, right? What was kind of the cutting edge 10 years ago is just kind of plain old, oh, okay. The joke within engineers is my phone does more now than what my computer did, 15 years ago.
One thing that's within our control is how the product is developed. Is it developed in a compliant manner that's going to ensure safety and quality? And quality is not something that happens by accident. You can't test quality into a product. It's got to be baked into the entire development process from the very beginning, okay? Now, you can say, well, of course there's standards. When did they have to? Otherwise, they could never get through FDA. But it's one thing to look at standards as a authority that you have to give into. It's another thing to embrace standards as a collective that is a validated approach to doing something well, to making sure that it's safe, making sure that quality is baked in. And so we try to continually internally evangelize a culture of embracing these standards.
We are well versed in all the medical standards. 62304 for software development, 60601 for electrical development, 14971 for risk management, 1345 for a quality system, 14708 for neurosystems design. We know these standards backwards and forwards. In fact, our CTO was writing for 14708 for neurostimulator design. We're deep into the standards.
There's a certain level of standards that are sort of baked in that you have to follow. But then there's other places where the standards are just your starting point. Because what you're trying to do is go beyond. You're trying to tune your system even further because you're trying to hit a very specific target, right? You may be doing a product that is primarily for pediatric, right? Physiology is different from, pediatric to adults and just overall. So because of that, the standards may say, oh, for adult population, you just have to hit this bar, but there's nothing really there for pediatric, and you're coming up with something state-of-the-art. So you go beyond the standard. And then there's certain times where it's just a novel technology. You just came up with something so new that there are no guidances, there are no standards, and you're the one that's writing that white paper that's gonna get thrown out there into the science world, everything from maybe biology, chemistry, IEEE, kind of the engineering world, and they're gonna come back and say, hey, no, we don't trust you, show us how and you're really there, and that's the bleeding edge, right? It's not just cutting edge, it's the bleeding edge. So we're working on creating the rule book for those.
There's a lot of attention on cybersecurity these days, and a lot of people in our industry are quick to say, oh, the US FDA is requiring so much, and it's so much burden, but the truth is they're responding to what's happening in the market. So the healthcare providers, the ones that are using the product that we develop, they're the ones that are driving this because they're falling prey to cybersecurity attacks, to malware, ransomware. And so as we create devices and bring them to market with our customers, and these devices are put into the healthcare provider system, they could open up a gateway for a cybersecurity attack if they're not secure. So it's not just a matter of, is this product secure, can it be hacked, but can this product serve as a gateway into another network? And so you have to constantly be iterating on what you're doing and what you're employing in your system to mitigate that risk of vulnerability.